What's up, YouTube? This is JG with F and Awesome Gaming, and today I'm going to show you guys how to make a Madden cover, a Madden custom cover. I know a lot of people on YouTube are like searching, trying to find these tutorials and stuff, and I've seen a few. I decided to make one of my own. Anyways, I'm gonna show you guys how to basically make something like this. I just made this a couple minutes ago. I normally make these for fun, but this is the first one that I've done in months, and I decided, to give you guys a tutorial on it. I'm gonna put the links for everything that you need in the description. So anytime you hear me talking about links, or anytime you hear me talking about something that you may not know where to get, just look in the description and it should be there. But anyways, the first thing you want to do is open up your Madden template, which again I'll put in the description. After you have your template, you want to go get yourself a player. I mean, you could do this various number of ways. You can get one cut out, anything like that. What I like to do is go to officialpsds.com. Again, I'll put that link in the description. And then here you can search any player that you want to do. And now let's search Michael Vick. You can search any player that you want to do, and you should be able to find some decent cutout images of them. So, I mean, you find the one that you want, you would click download PSD. But since I already have my PSD, so we'll just go to where that is and open that up. When you open that up, it's going to bring that up in another file, so you want to click and drag over to your template, and you notice how small that is. Actually, I think I grabbed the wrong one. Hold on. Yeah. It's still gonna be pretty small. You're still gonna have to resize it, but anyways, so after that, I normally just drag them over to a corner, hold shift, and then click and drag, get them to whatever size you want them to be. Then you press enter. At this point, you can move them around. Still make them a little bit bigger. And then after that, I mean, it's basically up to you on where you like to put them. And let me just rename that as Vic. You can delete this layer. After that, you want to make a few layers above him, and then one under him for now. Rename this as, I'm going to do white. You're going to want to get two colors from the jersey and use those. So I'm going to use white and green splat, and this would just be my background layer, so we'll call that back splat. Basically what you want to do is you want to get your eyedropper tool and get a color out of the jersey, and then for this background layer, you want to go to your brush tool, and you want to pick out a good brush. I like to use this one because you want it to look like it's a background behind him. And again, these brushes, the link to these brushes will be in the description, and you just want to play around with it, kind of put it to where you see fit. You can rotate it if you click on your brush swatch. Yeah, that's that. And then I grab the other color just to lighten it up some, but you probably want to turn your opacity down a little bit just to lighten it up. Probably even a lot more than that. Yeah, just lighten it up in some spots and give it a little depth to it. Then after that, you can work over to your white splat and get a different brush. Here I'm using the brackets to make my brush smaller. You just want to click on parts of the jersey to make it look like that paint is being splattered, you know, off and on the jersey onto the canvas. And can increase that opacity a little bit for this brush. And you want to go and do the same thing for the green on the green splat. You don't want to get it down there like that. Kind of keep it above. And you could just mess around with like different brushes to use. It's basically trial and error. You just you know, see what you like, see what you don't like. And it's gonna take you a while to be completely happy with something. There, I just made another layer to put behind them. But yeah, it's gonna take you a while to be completely happy with something. You know, it's basically just matters on what you think looks good. I mean, I've seen so many different custom Madden covers, and everybody does them different. You know, I mean, that's the beauty of it. It's custom. You can do what you want with it. But here, I'm just going through and making it look like the canvas is kind of leaking onto the jersey, and vice versa in certain parts. I mean, this is the style that I like. Make it look kind of like a painting, kind of rough. After that, I mean, you continue doing that, like with the helmet. And if you notice me erasing really fast, that's if you press Control Alt and Z. That it's an undo for your last step. Here, I'm gonna get this brush and just put it around the helmet. Well, actually, it would help if I got a darker green for the helmet. That's another thing too. When you mix up your colors and make them, you know, you don't want to use the same green for the entire cover, because then everything is gonna look really flat. If you use a different green, it'll really bring out the depth in the picture and make it look much better. And then after you've got your basic, you know, frame, you can pretty much just play around then and just, you know, add some paint here and there. That's too dark. Lighten that up a little bit. Just add some add some paint splashes here and there. You don't want to overdo it. I like doing it in places where the jersey or the pants are. That way it looks like it's shooting off of them. And I mean, there you pretty much got your basic outline for what you want to do. The next step is something I do personally. A lot of people don't have this plugin. I went through a lot to get it. I'm not going to encourage anybody to do it. I mean, I encourage you to try to get it. It's a very fun plugin, but it was difficult for me to find. Anyway, it's called LucasArts 3. I go to that. It's basically HDR toning. I mean, you can do HDR toning without having this plugin, but it's kind of tough. Anyways, you want to drag the enhanced detail down, not that much. Then I do mix with original image, just a little bit. You don't want to overdo it, but it gives it that, you know, that cartoon effect. That excuse me, my voice is kind of late, but it gives it that cartoon effect that a lot of Madden covers have, and it really makes the player just look better to me. Like that right there looks 100 times better. So then after that, what I would do normally is come in here to the number and try to find you a good paintbrush that you can no, I don't know if I want to use that one. Try to find you a good paintbrush that you could make it look like was coming off the number. Just like something something not too drastic, but just, you know, just subtle. Also, I like this brush right here for this part. And so the next step is where it really starts getting fun. Is this back splat area that we made right here. Now we're going to put the pictures there. So what you do is, obviously, you would go on Google and find some pictures that you want to use. I have one right here. You would drag that into your template. You can go ahead and close off of that, and you would drag this layer to just above your background splatter layer, and then you want to right click and create clipping mask. And what that does is it blends it in with the splatter a little bit, and then you can rearrange that, resize that, you know, make it fit in there a little better. You could hit enter. And I'm not gonna get into the editing part yet. I'm gonna go ahead and get in all the photos that I want to use, and then I will blend them in a little bit better. So bring in that as well. You want to also make that a clipping mask, and then we can exit out that. And then what I like to do is get a picture of the stadium, if it's possible. Get a picture of the stadium, you know, a decent picture, and use that also in your background layer, and put that behind all the pictures. And then what you want to do is hold shift, that way it keeps its proportions, and just make it a little bit bigger. You drag that out like that, hit enter. Okay, so then after this, obviously you don't want it to be so vibrant in color, so you can go to your blending modes and go to overlay or soft light. In this case, I'm going to use soft light. For the player, I will use, I believe I used, I think I used soft light as well. No, I think I used overlay. We'll go with overlay. And on this, soft light. overlay. And let's just tone down the opacity a bit. As a matter of fact, I think that's what I did on here too. Just tone down the opacity a little bit. So just hide that layer for a minute. If you notice, the picture cuts off right here, and I don't really like that, so what I do is I go to my eraser, make sure it's on the soft edge, the opacity turned down, and you just want to click and kind of smooth out this edge right here, and also on the bottom, although you can't really see it. Just smooth it out a little bit. And also what I like to do is where my player is, just erase behind him. That way the stadium isn't shining through his body, and it just gives it, you know, a better look to it, and it brings the player out more. Just erase that part. Then after that we can bring in the other Vic. Let me just look where I had him in this one. That's about right. You can make him a little bigger. Right there. And you want to do the same thing with this. Take your eraser and smooth out the bottom of him so that he blends in more. And then click on the stadium layer and erase. Matter of fact, let's turn the opacity up a bit and erase the stadium behind him so that you don't really see the stadium. Now you're just seeing the brush behind him. After this, I like to go and apply the same Lucas filter, the HDR toning, to the small images, just so it all has that same feel to it. And do it to the stadium as well. You can see it just really brings it out a whole lot more, and it gives it that real, you know, video game classic rap look. And I mean, it's pretty much done from there. If you want to add anything, you can. Sometimes what I like to do is I'll go in with a bigger brush, say something like this one, and I'll go to a layer that isn't really affecting anything, and I'll just like put stuff in the corners. That's too much. We need a darker green, like that. And you can put stuff in the corners, you know. I mean, like I said, you can basically do whatever you want with it, but I mean, that pretty much wraps it up for the Madden tutorial. If you have any questions, just leave a comment, and I'll be free to answer that question for you. If you want me to make you a cover, I can do that. You know, I'm kind of busy sometimes, like with school and stuff, but I'll definitely try to get around to it for you. As you can see, it doesn't take very long. But like I said, if you have any questions, go ahead and ask them, and like this video, subscribe to the channel, and thank you guys for watching.